back to Epic Sundays. I'm Dan the Man, and I am so excited for today because we have some worship, but also we have an incredible story. So stay tuned for the story. And I need to say, we are from Influencers Kids, a part of Influencers Church right here in Atlanta. We've got 4 campuses. Check it out on the link below. Jump into worship right now. Let's go.
Whenever I need some answers, God, I turn to you. You are my help when I need wisdom. You always see me through. To know that you're chasing after me, it makes me want to run to where you are. God, you make this journey worth it. I give you all my heart. When I don't know what to do, you help me figure it out. God, I run to you. When I need a solution, I have no doubt that I will run to you. I run to you. I run to you. I run to you. I run to you. Wherever there is freedom, I know that's where you'll be. You make me wanna do what's right and be the best version of me. To know that you're chasing after me, it makes me wanna run to where you are. God, you make this journey worth it. I give you all my heart. When I don't know what to do, you help me figure it out. God, I run to you. When I need a solution, I have no doubt that I will run to you. I 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 don't wanna stop, I don't wanna stop living for you, for you. I don't wanna stop, I don't wanna stop running to you, God. I don't wanna stop, I don't wanna stop living for you, for you. I don't wanna stop, I don't wanna stop running to you, God. You're all I need, my source for everything. When I don't know what to do, you help me figure it out. I run to you. When I need a solution, I have no doubt that I will run to you. When I don't know what to do, you help me figure it out. God, I run to you. When I need a solution, I have no doubt that I will run to you. I run to you. I run to you. I run to you. I run to you.
Welcome back to Story Time. I'm Dan the Man, and in today's story, I want to talk about you. Last week we talked about you. This week we're talking about you again, but it's good things. Last week, what did we talk about? We talked about you are made in the image of God. But today we're looking at a character in the Bible by the name of... Okay, have another go. Ready? What character are we talking about in today's Bible story? Ooh, Matthew. Well done. All right, we're looking at Matthew, okay? So Matthew has a whole book. Yes, that's right, a book in the Bible called Matthew. I know, very original, Very creative, absolutely. So we need to look at the moment of when Matthew was identified and saw as a person. So Jesus saw him, and what does this mean? So let's jump in. Chapter 9, here we go. It's called The Calling of Matthew and starts in verse 9. I'm going to read a couple of verses, but only just this one first of all. Verse 9 says, as Jesus went on from there, he saw a man named sitting at the tax collector's booth. Follow me, he told him. And Matthew got up and followed him. Now you got to understand tax collectors. There's these things in the Bible that just hints that are dropped along the way that we have to read into and understand more to give a context to this. So Matthew is a tax collector. That was his job, his profession. I don't know what your parent does or when you grow up, what job do you want to have? But back in the day, to be a tax collector, it wasn't a favorable job. Okay, it wasn't a popular job. No one really liked tax collectors because what they would do is, obviously, they collect taxes, okay? But how they got paid was they would, let's say they had to collect $100. They would then charge $130 and they would take $30 for themselves. And some tax collectors, which is what ruined the reputation, is some would be so greedy, they wouldn't charge $130, they'd go $150, $160, $170, so they could take $70, okay? And that is far more than what they actually needed. So Matthew was a tax collector, but Jesus still went up to Matthew and said, follow me. In essence, what he saw is something different in Matthew. He saw Matthew differently. Just how he sees you. So you might think, oh man, Jesus, like if he were to see me now, he would just give up because I've lied before. I've done this, I've done that, I've been mean to someone before, and yet Jesus still loves me? Yes. The reason why we know that is we read of these examples like Matthew when he got called out. So the bottom line of today's story is knowing Jesus changes how you see yourself. So knowing Jesus changes how you see yourself because of this example of Matthew. And in this, the next few verses, what happens is Matthew invites Jesus around to his home and they actually have a dinner party. And at the dinner party, there are other tax collectors. Basically, Matthew's friends are really just other tax collectors because society doesn't want them to be a part of their group. And so as he's around the table with tax collectors, they kind of question Jesus, what? Why would you be here? And Jesus just says he sees people differently. He saw something in Matthew. And Matthew ended up being one of the 12 disciples that we know. And that's why there is the book of Matthew who actually went on to document all the stories of Jesus. So we benefit from the reading of his book. A guy who was a tax collector, who society didn't like, who people hated, but yet Jesus loved him. And I agree, Jesus loves you just the same. That is story time for today.
Only God can hang the stars in outer space. Only He can make a rainbow from the rain. Only God can part the seas to make a way. There's nothing He can't do. No, there's nothing He can't do. 'Cause He can do anything, anything at all. He can do anything, anything at all. There's no giant too big, no mountain too tall. I know God is powerful, yeah, anything. He can do anything, anything at all. Only giant too big, no mountain too tall. I know God is powerful, yeah, anything. He can do anything, anything at all. What this means is we can trust him. This means you and me can trust him. Well, what this means is we can trust him. Yeah, I know. This means you and me can trust him. Because